Your shoulders are up near your ears, your jaw is tight, and it's only 2 in the afternoon. Then one song comes on, and within a minute your breathing slows down, and your shoulders just drop, without you even trying. Another song comes on later, and suddenly your heart is racing and your jaw is clenched again, even though you weren't paying attention to a single lyric. So what is actually happening in your body when this switch flips so fast? It turns out sound isn't just something you hear, it's something your inner ear physically translates into rhythm your nervous system reacts to. Today we're answering the real question: does music actually change your body, or does it just change your mood? This isn't a one-time fluke. It's happening quietly, every single day, to busy adults who already feel tense and scattered by the middle of the afternoon. And the real puzzle isn't that music affects you. It's why the exact same body can be calmed by one song and agitated by the next, seconds apart, with no warning and no obvious reason. Something underneath the mood is doing the real work here, something physical, and it's about to explain everything. Here's where it actually starts. Not in your thoughts, not in whatever memory that song is attached to, but in a small, spiral-shaped structure in your inner ear. That structure doesn't just pick up sound, it picks up vibration and rhythm as physical movement, tiny hair cells bending in response to sound waves hitting them. And here's the part most people never learn. That structure is wired directly into your brainstem, which is wired directly into your vagus nerve, the body's main calming cable, the same nerve that controls heart rate, breathing, and muscle tension. So before your brain has even labeled a song as happy or sad, calming or annoying, your inner ear has already sent raw rhythm data straight into the part of your nervous system that decides whether your body is safe or under alert. This is why instrumental music with zero lyrics can hit you just as hard as a song full of words. The meaning isn't the trigger, the vibration is. Now here's the first fast signal this pathway produces, and it's a strange one if you've never noticed it. Your heart rate can actually begin to sync to a song's tempo, not metaphorically, literally. Within a few minutes of listening, your heart rate starts drifting toward the beats per minute of whatever is playing. This is sometimes called auditory vagal entrainment, which is a complicated name for a simple idea. Your heart is a rhythm-following organ, and sound is a rhythm-setting cue. If you were able to check your pulse right before a song started, then again a few minutes in, that shift you'd feel is this exact mechanism working in real time. It's not your imagination catching up to the mood, it's your circulatory system quietly matching pace with the speakers. The second signal moves slower, but it's just as real. It's your breathing depth changing to match calm, steady sound. Somewhere around 60 to 80 beats per minute, a song's rhythm starts nudging your breathing to lengthen and deepen, almost like your lungs are following a pacer they didn't know they signed up for. This is the mechanism behind that breathing slowdown you feel during a calm instrumental track, the kind that seems to physically loosen something in your chest within a minute of starting. Your breathing isn't relaxing because you decided to relax. It's syncing to a tempo your inner ear interpreted as safe. Knobrigwan from Steed. And that word, safe, is the key to understanding why two different songs can produce two completely opposite reactions in the same body. Your nervous system treats steady, predictable rhythm as a safety signal. Slow, even repeating patterns tell the vagus nerve there's no threat here, you can stand down. But fast, unpredictable, or harsh sound does the opposite. Sudden loud noise, jarring shifts, dissonant clashing tones, these get flagged as potential threat cues, the same way a snapping twig behind you might. That's why a sudden burst of noise can spike alertness or irritability almost instantly. Your body isn't overreacting. It's running a very old threat detection script on brand new input. This ear-to-vagus signal doesn't stop at heart rate and breathing either. It reaches all the way down into your muscles. Low-frequency, steady rhythm can ease physical tension through that same vagus nerved pathway, which is exactly why jaw and shoulder tightness can soften during a slow, bass-heavy, predictable track. Your shoulders don't decide to drop because you told them to. They drop because the calming cable running through your nervous system just received a signal that things are okay right now. What makes this mechanism even more interesting is that its effects aren't just something you feel, they're something you can measure. Research using calm classical or ambient music before stressful tasks has shown lower cortisol readings in people exposed to that music compared to those without it. Cortisol is one of the body's main stress hormones, so this isn't just people reporting they felt calmer. It's a measurable hormonal shift tied directly to the sound they were exposed to before the stress even started. That timing detail matters. The calming effect isn't only useful during a stressful moment, it can start working before one even begins. And this pathway runs in both directions, which explains the flip side of the mystery. The same syncing mechanism that slows your body down to match a calm rhythm can also speed it up to match a faster, driving one. Runners often experience this without realizing it, unconsciously matching their footstep pace to the tempo of whatever fast rhythmic track is playing in their ears. Their legs aren't following willpower, they're following beats per minute. The clearest demonstration of this entire mechanism shows up in a simple comparison. Picture two people receiving the exact same stressful piece of news at the exact same time. One is sitting in silence or background noise. The other has calm, steady music playing nearby. When researchers track their heart rates, the person with the calm music shows a measurably steadier heart rate than the other. Same stressor, same words, same moment, but two different physical outcomes, based only on the rhythm present in the room. So here's the part that changes how you think about your own playlist. Your body already has a built-in off switch for that wired, jaw-clenched, shoulders-up feeling, and it's been sitting there the entire time, wired straight through your inner ear into your vagus nerve. That switch gets flipped by slow, steady rhythm, somewhere in that 60 to 80 beats per minute range, nudging heart rate and breathing to sync with the tempo the same way we walked through a moment ago. You're not learning a new skill here. You're just deliberately triggering a pathway your nervous system already knows how to run, which means you can actually test this on yourself, right now, in under 3 minutes. Before your next stressful moment today, whether that's a hard conversation, a packed inbox, or just the 2 o'clock wall hitting you again, pull up one slow instrumental track. No lyrics, nothing with words competing for your attention, just steady rhythm, somewhere in that calm tempo range. Close your eyes, give it 3 full minutes, then check in with 2 specific spots. Your breathing. Is it landing lower and slower than when you started? And your shoulders, have they drifted down away from your ears without you consciously telling them to? That's it. That's the whole experiment. Not a routine, not a lifestyle change, just 3 minutes and 2 checkpoints. Now, if you try this and a track doesn't calm you down, here's something worth knowing before you write off the whole idea. Your nervous system isn't malfunctioning, it's doing exactly what it's built to do. Remember, fast, unpredictable, or harsh sound is designed to put your body on alert. That's a protective response, not a broken one. So if a certain track leaves your jaw tighter instead of looser, that's not a failed experiment, that's information. It's telling you something real about what your particular nervous system reads as safe versus what it reads as a threat cue. Some people relax into piano. Some people relax into low cello or ambient drone. Some people need something with almost no melody at all, just rhythm. There's no universal calming song, only a universal mechanism, and your job is just to find which input triggers it for you. That's actually where this gets interesting over time. If you keep running this same small experiment across a week, not obsessively, just now and then before something stressful, you may start noticing a pattern. Certain tracks reliably drop your shoulders, others reliably tighten your jaw, every single time, almost like clockwork. That's the same physical response from the very beginning of this video, showing up again and again, becoming something you can actually predict, instead of something that just happens to you randomly. Once you notice that pattern, you're not guessing anymore. You've basically built yourself a personal map of what calms your specific nervous system down. So think back to that moment at the very start, shoulders near your ears, jaw tight, 2 in the afternoon, and then one song comes on and your whole body seems to exhale without permission. That was never just a mood shift, that was your vagus nerve picking up rhythm through your inner ear and translating it into a real physical instruction to your heart rate and your breathing. And the opposite moment, the one where a different song sent your pulse climbing and your jaw locking again, that was the same mechanism, just reading a different signal. The next time a song gives you chills or suddenly calms you down out of nowhere, remember that it's not just in your head. It's your vagus nerve syncing to the beat, a physical response happening in real time, whether you're paying attention to it or not. And that same 3-minute reset isn't some special tool you need to go find. It's sitting in your playlist right now, waiting for the next moment your shoulders start creeping up toward your ears.